You know that phenomenon where you repeat a word over and over and over and over again and just loses all meaning? That's sort of what's happened with this introduction. For various reasons, I've had to refilm this like 7 times and it's lost all meaning at this point. Basically, what we're going to do today is we're going to crochet one amigurumi pattern 6 different ways. Step 1, choose a pattern. No. That wasn't supposed to happen. Step 1, choose a pattern. Step 2, randomly select a challenge from the Crochet Challenge Jar. Step 3, crochet. Step 4 is to repeat steps 1 to 3, but let's get through challenge number 1 first, yeah? Okay, so here I meant to say repeat steps 2 to 4, not 1 to 4, because I'm not going to be choosing a different pattern every time. Here I have my little whale and my challenge board. Well, it's more of a challenge sketchbook actually, but let's not get too bogged down in semantics. Each of these numbered papers conceals 1 crochet challenge. While I know what 3 of the challenges already are because I came up with them, I don't know where exactly on the board that they are. As I'll be deciding what challenge to crochet by selecting a number at random from the Crochet Challenge Jar, I'm also in the dark as to what order they'll be crocheted in. As for the remaining 3 spots, those challenges have been chosen by my sister, who is helping me out in this video. Thank you for that, by the way. She's not a crocheter, so what is hidden under those 3 squares could be bloody anything. Now, the pattern that I've chosen to use is my mini humpback whale one, and the reason I picked it is because it's basic and quick to whip up. Well, usually it's quick to whip up. I don't know how drastically these challenges are going to impact my crochet time. One's picked by my sister. All that's left to do now is to pick a number from the Crochet Challenge Jar to determine what my first challenge is going to be. Just before I do that though, I want to ask you guys to share any crochet challenge ideas you have down in the comments, because while I have 6 challenges here today, I actually had several that didn't make the cut. So I'm already planning another video like this sometime in the future, and I thought it'd be really cool if it was like a subscriber chosen series of challenges. So if you have an idea, pop that down in the comments and I will get to work on another video like this one with your suggestions. Yes, things look kind of different from what I did a second ago. That's because I'm filming this on a completely different day. Last time I was literally about to start. I was about to choose my first number out of my Crochet Challenge Jar when my neighbor started his lawnmower. And I thought, yep, that's fine. I'll just wait half an hour and then I'll record again. So I just did a bit of crocheting, and an hour later there was still a whole heap of noise, and I'm thinking, what's going on? Your lawn's not that bloody big. And I look outside and my neighbor has pretty much his entire garage spread out across his front lawn. It looked like a bloody Bunnings out there. And for you non-Aussies, Bunnings is a big hardware store. And at that point I knew I wasn't going to get any other filming done that day. And so that brings us to today. So what we're going to do is just dive straight into this challenge. I've been waiting so long to do this, and I've been really good. I haven't peeked at any of the challenges, though it was tempting. And all I'm going to do is reach into my Crochet Challenge Jar and choose the first number. So our first number for this crochet challenge is number 5. And now it's time to find out what number 5 is. Number 5 is... wow, this blue tack works really well. Substitution. Crochet your pattern using a material that is not yarn as though it were. Okay. So I'm going to have to find something that's not yarn that I can use as yarn. My initial thought here was to use fabric scraps. I was going to cut some into thin strips, sew the ends together and just create one long length of fabric scraps. But I actually used up a lot of my fabric scraps the other day. I made a floor pillow for my nephews and I used pretty much everything up as stuffing in that. My next best bet would be to look in my ribbon box. Ribbon box is sort of misleading. It's not just ribbons in there. It's all sorts of string and nylon stuff, and I think I might be able to find something in there. So let's have a look. So I have pulled these two things out of the ribbon box. What they are, I have no idea. Where they've come from, I also have no idea, but judging by the labels for the prices, they're at least 3 or 4 decades old. And they say on the front, nylon crochet ribbon, but I just collect a lot of crap apparently. If you know what this actually is, please let me know because I'm incredibly curious. But regardless of what it actually is, today it's going to be a whale. I'll start with the blue because that's what we start with this pattern. That is going to be so noisy. I'll try and keep it away from the mic. My next question is what size hook should I use? Look at that. It's just like mesh. So I'm probably, if I roll it together, it's not dissimilar to 8-ply. So I might try, where are my hooks? I might try my 3.5 because that's what I usually use with my 8-ply yarn. And I'm just gonna go for it. So magic circle. It does feel weird, but it seems to be working okay. Did I speak too soon? Nope, it's okay, I got it. And we'll start with the 6 single crochet. And that's going to be an issue. I keep pushing my hook through the mesh part rather than going around it. So I'm just going to have to be careful with that. And maybe it might behoove me to roll it up before I start crocheting. What was that, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now to see if this actually closes up, because I know with some chunky yarns, that's easy, that's really easy, but some chunky yarns, because of the friction it creates, it's really hard to close up your magic circle. Yeah, but that was super easy. What's round 2? Round 2 I think is just, I've got my pattern down here. Round 2 is 6 increases. And number 6, so that is round 2 complete. And I think we're off to a good start with this crochet challenge. This one, I don't think is going to be too difficult as long as I can get my hook to go around the stuff, whatever it is, and not through the mesh. I think I'll be okay. Well, let's just continue on to round number 3. And I'll grab my stitch marker. I'm up to round 10 at this point, and so far it's gone pretty good. The most, I don't know if I'd say difficult, but the worst part is, as I suspected, that I sometimes push my hook through the mesh rather than around it. But other than that, I haven't had too many issues, except, interestingly enough, or interesting, frustrating, one of them, my tension is actually all over the place. This stuff, if it's nylon, whatever it is, it actually creates a lot of friction in my hold here. And normally, like when I'm crocheting, the yarn will just pull through nice and smooth. It will pull through nice and smooth, but this doesn't. It's very janky, and that's throwing off my tension a lot. But other than that, no major issues. But I'm going to start doing the fins in this round, and I'm wondering if that will throw me off a little bit, if it'll be more difficult to crochet the double crochets, triple crochets, half double crochets that I need to be doing in this. So what am I doing? 2 double crochet to start. Oh, and now we've got the triple crochet coming up. Let's give that a go. Okay, yarn over twice. And then pull through. Come on, you can do it. Pull through again. Ah, got caught. Pull through again. Come on. Alright, and then pull through for the final time. Not too bad. And I'm just going to finish this fin with another couple of double crochet. All in all, that wasn't quite as bad as I was expecting it to be. I was expecting the triple crochet to be a lot harder. And it is in the sense that there's more opportunities for you to push your hook through the mesh. But there we go. But it wasn't too bad. And I'm just going to continue on with this. What do I need to do next? 15 single crochet. I'm doing the last stitch of round 10 here, and I'm going to change color, which means I'll grab my white stuff. And I didn't do too badly with the fins. They were actually a little bit easier than I thought, but I think this is going to present the next challenge because I don't know if this is actually the same stuff. It looks very similar, but the blue has been crocheting okay, but I don't know if the same is going to hold true for the white. And that might make it a little bit more difficult to change color too, but so far it's okay. And I'm just going to do a couple of single crochet and see how this goes. Now I went through the mesh again. Okay, around the mesh. There we go. So I can cut the blue now. And what am I up to? Round 11. Damn it, that should have been worked in the back loop. I have to do my stitch again. Well, so far it seems to be crocheting very similarly to the blue, which is both good and bad. I mean, it's not too hard to work with, but it could have been a little bit easier. Last round of the body.
Do you want to dance?
The next question will be, can I get this stuff through a needle and then sew with it? Only one way to find out. I might fold it. And then, easy. That was easier than threading yarn sometimes. All right, I'm going to close this up and then we are done with our first challenge. Challenge number 1 is complete. And what I was going to do was show you guys what I'd finished, but I think instead I'll leave all the crochet challenge pieces to the end and we can have like a reveal / review section. Yep, I'm gonna go with that idea. Now we can do challenge number 2. Time to pick challenge number 2 and we'll give that a shake, I think. And let's see what number we come up with this time. Number 3. What could number 3 be? The submissive hand. Crochet your pattern using your non-dominant hand. I think I'm in trouble here. Ugh, this is going to suck, isn't it? I don't even know what the other challenges are, and already I think this is going to be the hardest. Let the disaster begin. Okay, maybe I should do this entirely in white because this is going to be my white whale. I'm going to attempt to crochet this entire thing left-handed, and it already feels awkward and all I'm doing is holding the crochet hook. Let's try and do a magic circle. So I'm going to attempt to replicate what I do normally, but just reverse it. So then I go under and I grab that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, start again. Okay. Let's see, I do start from the inside and I go like that. Okay. So start from the inside and I'm going to cross it over. Under. Grab that. Turn. And then so much of this is muscle memory. I'm going to make a magic circle, as I normally do, just to get the feel. So under, grab that, turn, and I grab the one on the outside. Okay. I should know that, but it's just muscle memory. I do it automatically. Start on the inside, like so. Under, yoink, turn, and then up. Grab that and pull it through there. No. One more try, and then I'm going to try and start with a slip knot. Alright. Like so. I'm going under, grab, turn, outside one. No, okay. Plan B. Let me do that trick again. So I go around, pull it off, and pass that through. Okay, go around, pull it off, pass that through. Woohoo! I managed to make a slip knot, I think. Okay, tighten that up. No, wrong way, wrong way. All right, now I do that, that, and that. I think. I'm so confused. So you normally hold it like this. So if I flip that over, I need to hold it like this, and I'm going to put this on. No, again, wrong hand. Okay. Swap that straight over. I'm going to hold that, and then I'm going to, no, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing? It's been almost 10 minutes and I think I've managed to make 2 chains. Now I've got to try and do 6 single crochet in the first chain. I don't even know if I did that chain properly. There's not much room to work with. One, I did a single crochet. No, I go back on that. I don't want to do all this again. Okay. Single crochet number 2. Okay, there's 2. Okay, we've got 1. Oh, my hand is killing me. My tension is all over the place. I'm getting a cramp. Ah, no cramps. No cramps. I think I stopped it. Oh. Okay. Lost my rhythm now. Get back on the hook. So round 1 took 12 minutes, 12 and a half really. So that bodes really well for the rest of my round. It's going to take me all day to do a whale that's like 15 rounds or something. Okay, I'm going to give my hand a bit of a rest because I can feel the cramps coming on. My tension is all over the place. So I'm going to take a 5-minute break and then I'm going to come back and attempt to do round number 2. All right, break over, round 2, bring it on. Nope, wrong way again. And I think it'll be a good idea if I put my stitch marker there because I can see myself losing my place very easily. Okay, back to stitch number 2 of my first increase. And unfortunately, because my tension is all over the place, I think some of these stitches I did really tightly, so I don't know how I'm going to work into them. And I think I finished round 2. Let me count my stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I did it. Okay, but my hand is killing me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to continue on with this periodically throughout the day. But I don't know if I'm going to finish this challenge. I want to. I think it's awkward, but all I need is some time and a bit of perseverance. But I do suffer from joint pain, which I need to manage. And because I want to do these other challenges, if I keep going the way I'm going with this one, I'm not going to be able to do those. I'll continue on with the other ones, and periodically throughout the day, I'm going to come back and attempt to do more of this one. If by the end of the day I haven't finished it, well, basically bad luck. I'm not going to risk injuring myself for the sake of this challenge. As much as I would like to, because again, I think I can finish it. I just need some time. But yeah, it's not worth the risk. I don't want to be able to not crochet for a week at a time, which is what will happen if I need to rest. So this one is going to be a work in progress. And for now, we're going to continue on with the rest of the challenges. Fingers crossed they aren't like this one. I hope this is the worst of them. We're going to choose a number for challenge number 3. Shake it up again. What have we got this time? And number 4. Okay, number 4, what are you? Go chonkers. Crochet your pattern using the thickest / chunkiest yarn you have. Well, I need to go find the thickest yarn that I have, and then I'll come back here and we can crochet whale number 3. So this is the thickest yarn that I have. It was actually given to me by my sister because she wanted a cushion cover or something like that, but then she changed her mind. So I've been stuck with this chunky yarn. I don't tend to use chunky yarn. I've never crocheted with anything this thick before. And the hook size, the recommended hook size, is 15mm. And I don't know if I have a 15mm hook. So I'm going to check in this drawer here because I've got spare hooks in there. My hook bag. And the biggest hook I have is a 20. Okay. You know what? We're just going to go with that. Why not? Because I think the next size down I have is either a 10 or a 12. And I don't think that they're going to be large enough. So we're going to stick with this. And where's the end here? All right. First attempt at using huge chunky yarn. I should probably start off with the chain 2 method, shouldn't I? Yeah. I think that'll be the way to go. Slip knot. Oh, this feels so uncomfortable. Okay. How do people do this? It's supposed to use a 15mm hook, but even the 20 doesn't feel big enough. Okay. Get under there. I need to get a knife and like carve out some additional space under my hook. Okay, that's one. And chain. Come on. 2. And now I need to do 6 single crochet in the first chain. I'm not loving this so far. I thought it'd be fun, you know, making something really huge and chunky, but not a fan. Maybe there's a certain method to crocheting chunky items. If there is, I certainly don't know it. Okay, it's getting a little bit easier. Not much, but a little bit. So that got a little bit easier as I went on. Still, I'm not digging it, not really. These, like all these chunky animals I see on social media, they all seem so cool, and I've always thought, you know, it'd be kind of fun to try that. Nope. Maybe I'll change my mind as we get into this, but nah. I'll stick to my 3.5mm hook. Whew, okay, that was round 2. And crocheting left-handed was pretty tough on my hand. I still actually have a little bit of that to go. I didn't finish it all. And this seems to be going in the same direction. It's a bit tough on my hands, but we will persevere. And I'm just going to slowly continue crocheting this whale. I'm really glad I chose a small pattern. That's only what, like 16 rounds, because doing this on a larger pattern, I don't think I would finish that. Am I going to get a stitch marker in here? I need to mark my stitches. No. Some scrap from challenge number 1. Stitch 1, staying in there. Still not vibing with the chunky yarn. I'm not having as much fun as I thought I would with it, which is a little bit disappointing. I'm glad that my sister changed her mind about the pillow, because I am about to run out of the first skein, and luckily she bought 2, but there would not have been enough for the large pillow that she originally wanted. So I'm going to have to grab this one, and where's the end? And use this second one as well, which is good because it gets rid of it, because I'm not going to be using this in any other project. But hopefully we have enough of the white as well. Otherwise I might have to do some pattern adjusting. Okay, we should have enough of the blue, grey blue to do the rest of the whale, because I've only got, was it 3? Yeah, 3 rounds to do with that. No, is it 4? Maybe 4, but there should be enough. But again, if worse comes to worse, I'll just adjust the pattern a little bit. I've decided to make a bit of an adjustment to the pattern. I'm supposed to do 1 more round of single crochet before I do the fin and the tail round, but I'm not sure I'm going to have enough yarn. So I'm going to skip that round of just single crochet, and I will attempt to crochet the fins. I need to do some double crochets, some triple crochets, and single crochets are hard enough with this hook, so I don't know how that's going to go. Okay, now the big challenge, the triple crochet. Yarn over twice, front loop. Manageable. That was manageable. Okay, I think we'll be right. Turns out past me made the right call in regards to the yarn because I don't have very much left at all, and I don't think I'm even going to have enough to finish off the tail. So I'm going to do what I can, but I might switch to the white earlier and crochet the tail in that because I don't think we're going to make it. I was hoping to get one more single crochet in before I change color, and we might just make it. Look at that. Oh, I'll have to secure that. Okay, I'm going to swap to the white early because I have no other choice.
Do you want to dance?
What do you reckon? Are we going to be able to finish this thing? I hope so. I don't want to attach new white yarn just to do like 3 stitches. No, I don't think I'm going to make it. What I'm going to do is I'll just close up the hole that I have left. Yeah, there's going to be 7 stitches rather than 6, but that's okay. I'll close that up by cutting a bit of this. But before I do any of that, I'm going to need to stuff this horrible, horrible thing. I have not enjoyed working with chunky yarn. Oh, the next problem is, do I have a needle big enough that I can sew with? I don't think that's getting through there. No, that would just be an exercise in frustration trying to do that. All right, we're doing the hand sewing method.
Do you want to dance?
Right, challenge number 3 is finished, and I have to say I've enjoyed this one the least so far. You can just stay on the floor. I don't have safety eyes big enough for that, so I will need to crochet some, but I'll do that after I've finished all my other whales. For now, what I'm going to do is go and crochet a little bit more of my left-handed whale because I'm doing that in sections because it's really hard on my hands. Then I'm probably going to have some lunch. Then I'll come back here and we can start on challenge number 4. You know what? No, before I have lunch, I'm going to choose my next crochet challenge because the anticipation is killing me. I want to know what it is. So we're going to choose it. Then I'm going to have lunch and, well, crochet a bit of my left-handed one. And then I'll come back and do my next challenge. So number 2. Number 2. What are you, number 2? Over, under, inside out. Crochet your pattern using your least preferred method, yarn over or yarn under. Well, for me, that's going to be yarn under. I actually think this challenge is going to be one of the easiest, if not the easiest, to crochet because I'm already familiar with doing a yarn under instead of a yarn over. The difficult part, however, is going to be overcoming my muscle memory. I've been crocheting for long enough at this point that it's just ingrained. My hands automatically go to yarn over. So hopefully, and look, I'm already doing it. I'm already doing it. I don't know if it actually matters in the first round. I don't think I've yarned under for round 1, but we need to start again and do the challenge properly. And I'm so busy focusing on yarning under that I didn't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, one more. And 6. I'm crocheting round 9 right now, and I think I've hit my stride. I'm getting a good rhythm here with the yarning under. But the next round coming up is where I need to do several double crochets, some triple crochets. I think there's a half double crochet in there. And I'm worried that may throw my rhythm off. It's been a minute, lunch is eaten. Challenge number 4 is crocheted. I got some more done on my left-handed one, which that's close to being finished too, which is good. Back again, I finished another challenge and my hand is doing a little bit better, so I'm going to try a little bit more on this one. Hey, look at that. I even put my stitch marker in left-handed. Killing it. Okay, let's try for the second stitch. And I think this is actually a little bit easier than rounds 1 and 2, maybe because the piece has gotten a little bit bigger. I've got a bit more room to work. Doesn't seem quite as bad. This is actually getting a little bit easier. I'm still getting quite a few hand cramps, but I've sort of figured out what I need to do now. I'm getting into a bit of a rhythm. Hopefully I can keep it up. And it's starting to rain, which I don't know if that's going to affect the sound at all, but I guess I'll just have to wait and see when I edit. What I'm going to do now is choose my next challenge. Not really much point shaking those up, there's only 2 left. Okay, what are we going to crochet this time? Number 6. What are you, number 6? You're hiding behind the whale light there. Memory check. Crochet your pattern entirely from memory. No peeking. I am so glad that this came up towards the end and it wasn't one of the first ones. Oh, that could have gone badly. Okay, so I have my pattern on my phone here and I'm going to put that behind me. Oh, my T's in the shot. Let me move that. And I'm going to leave that behind me so I can't see it. And I think for this one, I'll just go with my usual 3.5mm hook, 8-ply yarn. And I'll try and remember how this goes. I'm pretty sure, hang on, let me get the stuff I need. So I've got my scissors here ready to go, and I just need a stitch marker. And now I'm pretty sure that I increased out for the first 5 rounds, which gets me to like 3 single crochet, 1 increase, repeated 6 times. So I'll do that first. That's round 5 finished. I think the next round was just 30 single crochet. And then after that, I think I did another increase round, followed by 2 rounds of just single crochet. The next round is round 10, and I think that's where I did the fins and the flukes. And I think from memory, I started off with 2 single crochet. Then I did the first fin in the front loop, and that was 2 double crochet, then a triple crochet, There we go. Hang on. Stay on. A triple crochet. And then 2 more double crochet. And after that, I think it was 15 single crochet. Oh, wonderful. Now it's thundering. 10. Can you hear the thunder? Why is everything so noisy when I want to record this video specifically? Oh, usually I love thunder and storms, but at the moment, they could just, hold off a sec. All right, I've lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And in the front loop, I'm going to do my second flipper. Then it was 8 single crochet, I think. 10 or 8? No, I think 8. And 8. Then it was the first tail fluke, which was half, double, triple, double, half. And then there was a slip stitch between the 2 flukes. And I'm going to repeat the fluke pattern again. And then half. And I think if I've done this right, I should have 6 single crochet left, or 6 stitches left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I actually did this right. This was the round that I was dreading, but I think I got it. 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6. And I change color here. Yes, please be louder, Rain. White yarn, I've got this little bit of scrap left to use up, and I should be good with this. I don't think we're going to have a repeat of the chunky yarn incident. And change color. And if I'm remembering right, this entire round was worked in the back loops.
Do you want to dance?
The next round, which I think should be round 12, was where we separated the head or the underbelly and the tail. And I remember I had to crochet 3 stitches and I think I skipped 9. So that's 12, which means because I have 36 stitches in my round currently, I need to crochet 24 before I can skip the 9. That works out, yeah? 24, 9, 3 is 36. Yes, I hope. And 24, and if I've done this right, I should be able to skip 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and have 3 left. Beautiful. Not to brag, but I think we're killing this challenge. Not that that's much of a brag when I've crocheted, what, 4 other whales at this point, using the exact same very small pattern. But shh, I'll take the win. Decreasing now. I'm just going to decrease for the rest of the body. Then, no, actually, wait. I have to add the eyes first. I'll add the eyes. Then I'm going to add the stuffing. No, I'm not. Then I'm going to decrease. Then I'm going to add the stuffing, and then I've got to finish off the little tail section. And that means that challenge number 5 is now finished, and I'm going to put you down with the rest. And we've only got 1 to go. I don't think we need our crochet challenge jar any longer, so I'm just going to pull off number 1. Honey, I strongly amigurumi. Crochet your pattern using the smallest / thinnest yarn you have. Well, the smallest / thinnest yarn that I have would probably be my embroidery thread. I'm just waiting for the thunder. So I'm probably going to use this. And I don't know if I'm looking forward to this or not, because with the chunky yarn, I've always wanted to try doing that. I thought it looked a lot of fun. Whereas every time I've seen really small amigurumi, I thought they look really cute, really cool, but it wasn't really something that I wanted to try. But now I have to do it anyway. So let's jump over to my crochet table and I will get out my smaller hooks, which I think those are actually over there, and I'll get to crocheting a tiny little whale. Alrighty, I've grabbed some embroidery thread. I've got 2 colors here, and I've got a 1.25mm crochet hook. Is that the correct size? I have no idea, because I've never crocheted with a hook this small or embroidery thread before, but we're going to see how it works. What I'm going to do is, where's the end of my thread? I'm going to split it in half. It's made up of the six threads, so I'm going to use 3, because I don't know if just one skein of embroidery thread will make the whole whale. So I'm going to halve it just in case I need a bit extra. I got some of it separated, but it keeps getting tangled up, so I'm going to work with what I've got for now, and the rest can just be a later problem. So I'm going to attempt to make a magic circle and begin with 6 single crochet in the magic circle. Oh, this feels so weird. I'm wondering if I should get a magnifying glass ready. One, two, three, four, five, and come on, last one, and 6. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I actually thought it was going to be a lot harder than that. Okay, let's close up this magic circle. My fingers do feel a little bit like chunky, uncoordinated sausages, but I'm dealing so far, though it is just round 1. Okay, round 2 is 6 increases. So I'm going to try and get my hook in there. And last one. Come on, sausage fingers. Number 6. Okay, that's 2 rounds done. For round number 3, this is usually where I put my stitch marker in, but I don't know if these stitches are even going to fit a stitch marker. Alright, we're going to try. So round number 3. This is my first single crochet. Let's try the stitch marker, because I do not trust my brain not to miscount. I need my stitch markers. Okay, 3 rounds done. Only what, I think like 14, 13 more to go. It feels like it's taken forever, but I am finally up to round number 10, which is my last round in this bluish purple color. Now, this round is probably going to be the most difficult one too, because in this round we're going to create both the fins and each fluke of the tail. And we do that by working into the front loop for those stitches. And I don't know how it's going to go. I'm having trouble enough working into both loops, let alone just the front one, but we're going to give it a go anyway. So I made my 2 single crochet, and now I'm going to attempt to do the first flipper. So in the front loop, I need to do 2 double crochet. Whew, flipper number 1's done. Now that wasn't quite as bad as I thought it was going to be, but the real challenge will be in the next round where I need to work into the back loop from that. I hope I'll be able to see it. And now I need to single crochet around the front and then do the opposite flipper. And I just need to finish off this round with some single crochet, and then I can swap over to my white thread. Why did I do that for? I wasn't at the end of the round yet. Seriously. Here we go, round 11. Round 11 should be worked entirely into the back loops. Wish me luck on that. I think I'm going to forego safety eyes. I was going to try and get my 6mm eyes in, which is the smallest size safety eyes I have, but I think even those are going to be a little bit too big, and I highly doubt I'm going to be able to get them between the stitches anyway, so I might just embroider on some eyes when I'm done. Okay, and now all I need to do is continue decreasing here. I'm also going to add a little bit of stuffing when I get closer to the end. And once that's done, I'm going to come back and finish up by closing this little hole here. I don't want to raise anybody's expectations here, but this thing that I just made is possibly the cutest thing that I have ever crocheted. I love it. It's so cute and tiny. What we're going to do now, because I finished all 6 of my challenges, is I think we'll do the review/reveal portion of the video. Well, I'm still going strong. Well, I don't know if strong is the right word, but I'm still going at least. And it's actually gotten a little bit easier. I think because the project's a bit bigger now, it's easy to work with. And I've gotten a slightly better control over my tension, so my hand hasn't been too sore, which is good. And now I need to do a double crochet, a triple crochet, and 2 more double crochet in the front loop of the next stitch. Alright, that was not the nightmare I expected it to be. Wasn't that easy? But easier than I thought. I'm just going to continue on now, and hopefully the other flipper as well as the 2 flukes will give me the same or a less amount of trouble. I'm going to try and remember the order that I crocheted all these in. So the first one I think was using something that wasn't yarn as though it were, and this was my little whale. This one wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, and that's probably going to change depending on what material you use. If I used fabric scraps like I was going to originally, I think it would have been a little bit harder, but this was okay. It feels like absolute shit, to be honest. It is worse than the cheapest, crappiest yarn that I have ever crocheted with. And I've crocheted with a lot of cheap and crappy yarn because that's pretty much all I can afford. But all up, not too bad. Let's give this an arbitrary number out of 10. I will give this a 7 out of 10. How I'm calculating that, even I don't know, but it's a 7 out of 10. The next one I did was the left-handed one, which I actually had to do in stages throughout the day because it really hurt my hands. I don't know if it was just my tension was off or I wasn't used to using my left hand because I've never done that before, but I have joint pain and chronic pain anyway, but it just really hurt my hand a lot more than I'm used to. By the end of it, it wasn't too bad. I sort of got into a rhythm and that was okay. And honestly, I think I did pretty good for my first attempt ever at crocheting left-handed when I am right-handed and not at all ambidextrous. I think I did okay. So for effort, I'm going to give myself a 10 out of 10. But for actual construction, maybe a 5 or a 6. It's okay for what it is, but it's not brilliant. So you can sit there with your siblings. Number 3 was this chubby thing here. And honestly, I think this was the worst one. I did not enjoy working with the chunky yarn at all, which good to know because working with chunky yarn is something that I've wanted to try. And this way, I'm not going to go out and waste money on more yarn. I had this from my sister, who I think I mentioned she wanted a pillowcase or cushion cover, something like that, but it never ended up getting made. Well, I ended up not making it for her because she changed her mind about it. It was just awkward and uncomfortable. Maybe that's because I usually work with a 3.5mm hook, but like with some of the other challenges, they were challenging, but they were fun. And I didn't have fun doing this one at all. So I think I'm going to give chunky yarn a miss from now on, and I'll stick with some other stuff. But I don't think he looks too bad. No, he doesn't have eyes at this stage, but I will crochet some for him because like it does look pretty cool. I don't mind it, but I'm probably not going to do this again with this particular chunky yarn. The next challenge was the one where I yarned under instead of yarning over. And this one is definitely top 2 of my favorites. I really like how the yarn under stitches look. And they're actually, I think they're quite a bit tighter than my normal yarn over. So I'm probably going to utilize this in a lot more patterns. I say that, but I'll probably forget, but I want to try and do that because I really do like the look of it. I think it's really nice. So I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. After that, I think I did the one from memory, which is this one here. And I won't know for sure until I go back and edit all the videos, but I'm pretty sure I nailed this one. I think I got the pattern right. Which I wasn't expecting. I was really expecting this row with the fins to throw me off, but I think I did it. So I'm pretty proud of myself for that. But as I said, when I was crocheting it, I had crocheted the same whale pattern like 4 times just before that. So it's probably not too much of a surprise. It would have been more impressive if this was a large pattern with multiple different parts and, you know, all that sort of stuff. But, you know, I'm still happy with it. Okay, and lastly, and this is my favorite one. I love this one. This is my teeny tiny whale. I don't even know if you'll be able to see that here. Let me focus that up. Look at it. It's not even in the light properly, but I think that is so cute. And focus up. And what's kind of funny is some of the challenge that I expected to really like, I didn't end up liking. And some of the challenges that I expected to really hate, I had a lot of fun with. So for example, the big and the small ones, I've always wanted to try chunky crochet. I thought it'd be really cool. Turns out I hate it. And with the small ones, I've never wanted to try that. I thought it looked way too difficult and was going to be too finicky, but I loved it. It was a bit difficult to start with because I wasn't used to it, but I loved making this tiny little guy. It really was a good experience. For the rest, I'm really glad I tried the yarning under method because it's something I can use in the future. And the left-handed one is not something I will probably do again because there's really no need to outside of a challenge like this. But that being said, it might be something I continue to practice because while I don't know too much about it because obviously I'm not left-handed, but I think crochet patterns are like slightly different left-handed. If you're a lefty, please let me know what, if any, of the differences are. But if I could do my patterns in a left-handed version as well, I think that would be beneficial to left-handers because they tend to get left out, no pun intended, they tend to get left out of a lot of things. I know that my mum's left-handed and she has to do a lot of things right-handed because there's no tools or instructions, things like that for left-handed people. And if I could learn to provide instructions for left-handed amigurumi, I mean, that's just an accessibility thing, it might be cool. So that is my Crochet Challenge whale collection. We'll make eyes for this guy at some point. This was a really fun experience. Thank you to my sister for helping me out. She did the board thing, and while I knew what 3 of the challenges, that's the word, challenges were, she picked the other 3. See if you can guess which one's which. Which ones did I pick and which ones did she pick as a non-crocheter? So she set all that up for me so I didn't know where they were, so thank you to her. If you would like the pattern for the humpback whale, I was going to say mini humpback whale, but depending on how you crochet it, it's not necessarily mini, but that will be down in the description. If you have any other suggestions for challenges, please put them in the comments because I would like to do this again. I have a couple of ideas because some of them got discarded before I started this challenge. I only wanted to do 6 in this one. So I've got a few, but I would like to do a subscriber challenge series, but that's going to depend on if I get enough challenges or not. So if you have one, pop that down in the comments and I will create a list of all the ones that I receive, and I will aim to do another one of these videos at some point in the future. Thank you for sticking around to the end. I hope you had as much fun watching as I did creating this video. Join me next week where we'll be back to our regular amigurumi pattern making. I will see you all then.